In this lesson, we'll look at the basics of the FMS computer display unit and give you a good feel for the system. The FMS has line select keys that let you choose on-screen options, function keys, alphabetic and numeric keys for typing waypoints, etc., and some special keys. We'll now go through a speeded up power on sequence. Press the on-off key to switch on the CDU. The system goes through a self-test. Then displays the initialization page in which you set up initial position, date and time. The active typing position is normally highlighted. You press Enter to accept the current GPS position. Press the Enter key. The current field highlight jumps over to the date, so press Enter again to accept this date. Press the Enter key. Now it jumps to time. You can also select the Accept Line key instead of pressing Enter. So select Line key 5 left to accept the entry. The initialization page is complete, so accept it by pressing Accept. Touch Line key 5. Now let's look at the function keys and say a few words about general conventions and keys. Touch the Data function key to select the date. This first data page is page 1 of 4 and lets you choose the database you want. The other 3 data pages show details of the nav sensors, the position summary, and general data. Options are shown in white. To make a selection, as with most selections on the FMS, you touch a line select key. Note that if a line select key makes a major change, for example to the current flight plan, to the database, or guidance to the aircraft, you have to confirm it by pressing the key again, or by pressing Enter. We don't need to confirm this, so touch key 2 left for pilot once only. From here you can choose SIDS, stars, approaches, etc. Now press the flight plan FPL key. On this flight plan selection page, we can copy a pilot route or a company route into the current flight plan, starting at waypoint Echo November Golf Mike. The cursor is on waypoint 2 on the flight plan, so we could also type in a known waypoint. Notice the M symbol at the top. This indicates that this group of pages has a special menu page. You go to this using the menu function key, and return using line key 5 right. If the message text flashes, you press the message key to display it and cancel the flashing. Touch the message key. No, the message may or may not be important. From the flight plan page, we're at Gardermoen, and we're going to copy a company route. Select the line key for Copy Company Route. We want Route 2, Gardermoen to Gothenburg, so type 2, then Enter. We're put at the last entry of the flight plan. It looks like the correct route, but to check, let's go to page 1. Touch the Previous function key to go to the previous page. Yes, this agrees with the charts. Next we'll enter fuel figures. Select the Fuel function key. Now press line select key 5 right to highlight the fuel on board figure. We want an initial fuel on board of 4,000 kilos. So key in 4,000 kilos. Key in 0 Note that if you make a mistake at any time when typing, you can use the back key. The other figures are OK. So now, the passenger figures. Touch line key 2 left. There are various company procedures for inputting passenger weights. You could have the number of passengers times average weight, or you could input 0 weight for each passenger with the total traffic load in the cargo field. We'll use the second procedure. When you type this into cargo, the FMS calculates the 0 fuel weight and gross takeoff weight. On this fuel page you can also change fuel to alternate, holding and extra fuel. The other fuel pages give more detailed fuel flow and statistics. We've been given a clearance to Gothenburg on a Go Tour 1 Alpha departure from runway 01 left. So now we can finalize the flight plan. Press the flight plan function key again. Now the flight plan menu. Press the menu key. And depart to add our departure runway. Select depart. Type in 1 for runway 01 left. Press 1. Here are all the standard instrument departures from this runway. Now select the Go to 1 Alpha departure. Select the correct SID. No. There are no transitions, so we can return to the flight plan page. So here's the final flight plan. Taking off from Gardermoen. Course 017 to Golf Mike 381. Then turn left, course 350 to Golf Mike 383. Then right turn to Oscar Papa Alpha NDB. Then right turn 174 for the Go Tour intersection. Press Next to see the flight plan continues on page 2. Press Next to see the final page. And our final destination is Gothenburg. With the flight plan complete, on an aircraft with 2 FMS CDUs installed, you should now cross-fill the flight plan to the other side using this line key on the flight plan menu page. You can select the nav page prior to takeoff, but we will not engage the FMS until after takeoff. Press the nav key. The nav page highlights the current from and to waypoints with the course and runway and shows the next waypoint. In flight, more information is displayed: distance, time remaining, and estimated time of arrival at the next waypoint. It also shows important navigation information. The cross-track error in nautical miles, that is the aircraft position to the right or left of the course. Tailwind or headwind speed. Wind direction. T is true and the degree sign is magnetic. And wind speed, ground speed, current aircraft bearing. And finally, track error in degrees left or right of the course centerline. We now take off normally. After engaging the autopilot, we also engage the FMS. Now let's modify the flight plan. We just passed Go Tour on the way to Gothenburg. We're 42 nautical miles and 9 minutes away from the next waypoint, 86 Sierra Victor Delta. Bring up the flight plan page. We're currently on page 2 of the flight plan and we want to add a standard arrival. Select the flight plan menu page. Touch the function key. Now select Arrive. Touch the line key. We'll be landing at runway 21. Here are the stars for the runway. Select the number for KLM 1 Foxtrot. There are no transitions. So let's continue to add the approach to the flight plan. Press the line key for approach. Select the approach for ILS 21. Type number. Now return to the flight plan. Notice that we're up to 6 pages. The star is now linked into our flight plan from Kalin onwards. Touch the key to continue onto page 3 of the flight plan. These are the remaining points on the star up to the centre fix, Charlie India 21. It's worth pointing out the naming system for some waypoints. When you see this format, this is a radial and this is the distance from another well-marked waypoint. So this waypoint is 9 miles on the 308 radial. The naming system is incomplete, but it's useful as a cross-check. Notice the star on this waypoint. This indicates a flyover waypoint. The FMS will fly directly over it without any anticipated smart turn shortcuts. No link means that the end approach is not linked back into the flight plan. There is a discontinuity, so we need to remove it. To remove a waypoint, select it by pressing its line key, then press the delete line key. Select the no link line. Now press the delete line key. This one. And press the delete line key again. This is the near final flight plan with the approach linked in. The stars before and after ILS 21 show that this is the approach label. This gives the name of the approach and shows where the programmed approach begins. If the same waypoint appears above and below the approach label, then there is continuity between arrival and approach. Press the next function key. To fly the approach and prepare for a holding at Bakar in the event of a go-around, we now need to delete the end of approach marker. Select the end of approach line. Line key 3 left. Now press the delete line select key. Now press the We're now going to demonstrate a frequently used FMS mode, holding patterns. We need to do this from the lateral navigation page. So press the key for the lateral navigation page. Now press this line key please, and select holding definition. We want to define the holding fix at Bakar, so type the number for the overfly waypoint, Bravo. On the holding definition page, we have a fix at Bakar. Firstly, we must refer to the standard arrival map for the holding inbound course. It's 030. So select the line select key for inbound. Now type in 030 and enter. Notice how the text in the center prompts you with the field you're typing. This gives an outbound course of 210 degrees. Notice that we are also given options for the type of entry to the hold fix. For example, direct, teardrop, parallel. The highlight moves to the turn direction. We want left turns, so press the +- key, then enter. We move to time. Accept this by pressing enter. And this is our holding. Notice the direction of the arrows. Now we arm the holding. Press the line select key once. Here. We are also given the option to go direct to the holding, but we just want to arm it. Now press the nav key. We continue to Kalin, but with the holding armed. If you need to go around, you can climb in go around mode, then engage the autopilot. Select FMS on the nav source and press nav to engage the FMS. FMS will navigate direct to the holding at Bakar. When you reach the holding, the nav page changes and FMS will fly the holding until you exit. You can leave the holding, either by using the Direct To key, in which case the FMS will navigate immediately from wherever you are on the racetrack, or by a Proceed maneuver. Touch the Maneuver line key. Pressing Proceed will finish the current lap and proceed over the holding fix to the next waypoint on the flight plan. But if you're not already in the holding, Proceed will skip the holding and continue to the next waypoint. You also have the option to disarm the holding. The performance page can be displayed at any time by pressing this key. It gives a summary of some flight performance details. For example, fuel now and fuel anticipated at destination. After landing, the FMS displays a summary landing page. Normal practice for many companies is now to delete the flight plan. So press the flight plan function key. Then select its menu page. Select the menu key. Then highlight the Delete Flight Plan option. And press the key again to actually delete it. Select the key. And it's gone from the pilot database. You'll normally build flight plans based on company routes. But to give you a feel for inputting data into the FMS, let's create a new route to show what's involved. To start, select the Data function key. We're going to create a new pilot route. So select the line key for Pilot. Now select Route. There are 3 pages of pilot routes, but we want to create a new one. Select Create Route. Now type in the ICAO code for Boda. Echo, November, Bravo, Oscar, and press. This screen confirms that you got the correct waypoint. Check it, then press Accept. Back to the route being built up, we'll add the second waypoint, an intersection at Cali. Type Cali and press Enter. Its confirmation page appears. Accepted. The route now shows the bearing and distance from Boda to Cali. At any point, you can ask for help from the FMS using the List function key. Press the List function. List displays relevant details from the database, in this case VORs nearest to Cali. You can also show nearby airports, NDBs, intercepts and airways. But the one we're looking for, Skagen, is not on the first page. So press the Next function key to move to the next page. Press the Next. This could be it. To verify, check the plain language version of this page by pressing this key. Yes, this is Skagen, so type in 6 and enter to add it to the route. Press 6. It's added to the route. Now we'll add the final leg to the airport at Skagen. Type in ENSK, then press and Accept. This is the complete route, which is automatically built into the pilot database. Finally, let's introduce one of the most frequently used features of the FMS. DTO, Direct To. Direct To changes the next waypoint and lets you fly direct to another waypoint on your flight plan, for example, a predefined holding pattern, to any other nav aid in the FMS database, for example, a divert airport, or to any latitude and longitude. Touch the DTO function key. The Direct To page lets you select a left or right turn to the Direct To destination, lets you define a holding pattern, and a pseudo VOR. We'll deal with these later. For now, we're going to proceed direct to Kalin. So type 5, then enter. A new nav page page is automatically shown from the present position, PPOS, to Kalin, and then continuing on to the next waypoint on the flight plan. FMS flies on a Great Circle route from the present position. If ATC instructed you to proceed to Kalin via Torp, you need to go direct to Torp, which is not on our flight plan. So select Direct to again. Type in the identifier for Torp VOR, TOR, and enter. Yes, this is the correct one, so accept it. You can see that the next waypoint is undefined, so select Kalin and enter. And we'll rejoin our flight plan. Remove the discontinuity in this flight plan.